most of what I do is just try to keep the space true to what the game that's being played, right? You got to have a certain amount of room around the tables. You want to have spectator seating, you want to have player seating. You got to have aisles. That's going to be required by, fire code, things like that. Where we can hang things, where do you have things in the ceiling to actually hang your rig points that hang the truss or hang the steel, that hang the lights, and then the tables go underneath those. So pretty much whenever I'm going through the plans, I'm looking at any improvements we can make over the last event. So it kind of starts there, what's the goal of the room? And then it really comes down to the shape, the space of the room. Each room is different. I kind of joke with everybody that I talk to about this job. It's trained me to go into a space, any convention space, and just look up, basically to see how could I hang pool table lights in this space. And it's kind of bad. I do it everywhere. This is just one room. It'll have 98 tables in it, another room with 160, and then another room with 64 tables. So it's kind of like a huge game of Tetris, if you will, kind of just shuffling things around and trying to get them in the right spot so that they're not impeding the work of others and that they're ready to go. We can move them as quick as possible to where they need to be.
It's a little different at each event, but for the Pool Player Championship, I'm basically the person who handles all of the rooming for the players who qualify to come to Vegas. Pretty much anything that doesn't directly involve like the steel and the pool tables getting set up, I'm involved in. So making sure that the hotel is following the orders that I've sent to them. Room setups in general, other than those two things that I mentioned, falls under my purview. Especially when the vendors arrive, that's a very hands-on interaction that I have to do with them to make sure that the vendor booths are getting set up correctly, that they are setting them up correctly, etc. I would say just really anything involving the hotel rooming and setups, I have a hand in some way or another.
Considering we have a finite amount of time to set the event, it's extremely important for us to stay on schedule. And there are a lot of different teams working, so it's basically keeping everybody on track. Gets a little tough. You do have to adjust as we go because basically something's going to happen. There's going to be something a hang up that we didn't anticipate, or a lot of different factors could come into play about a team maybe not being quite as ready, or maybe I've made a change to the plans in general. So you got to work through those and navigate them, but you have to stay on time. We have to open on time.
Everything we need essentially to facilitate the entire tournament needs to be in place. So all of our computer programs, our computers themselves, staff needs to be duly informed of any changes or just updated on, what information they need so that players naturally will walk in with questions. We need to make sure all of our staff have the correct information and a way to facilitate getting them answers. Yeah, making sure they have everything they need.